How's it going here, and welcome to my camera comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge and S25 Ultra. Now the big deal this year is that Samsung supposedly put the same 200 megapixel main sensor, which is the HP2 sensor, in both these phones, but I've heard some conflicting reports where maybe the Edge uses the slightly smaller HP5 sensor. But drop a comment and let me know what you've heard. But of course you should be getting the very similar high quality photos and videos from both these main sensors. But the S25 Ultra is an Ultra for a reason. It's got the extra dual telephoto lenses, as well as the slightly better ultra-wide-angle camera. But this is being shot in log video format, which is nice that the Edge does support log video here, just like the Ultra. This is color-corrected footage, so let me know what you think about this log video sample in this indoor scene. And here we are with portrait video, so you can kind of compare what this artificial background blur effect looks like on both phones. But like I always do, I'm going to show you a bunch of photos and videos in both good and low light conditions, so you can decide for yourself which of these two camera systems are going to be best for your smartphone camera needs. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the photos and videos, and let me know what you think. Hey everyone, so we're in my usual testing spot in the park, trying out the video on the rear cameras on the Galaxy S25 Edge and S25 Ultra. This is being shot at 4K 30 frames per second. This is the ultra wide angle camera to start out on each. So I'm just going to give you a side-by-side view here as I pan around of how these ultra wide angle cameras compare side by side here. And we'll go ahead and move into the main camera here on the Edge and then on the Ultra. So now this is the main camera here on each. And again, I'll do the same thing, just pan around so you can see side by side what this looks like. You can check out the dynamic range here, especially with the shadows and the trees, and how that looks side by side. And we'll go ahead and pan over here to the right, and we'll do the zoom test on the tower like I always do. So we'll move into, I guess, 2x here on the Edge and on the Ultra. And then we can move into the 3x telephoto on the Ultra, and let's move into about a 3x digital zoom here on the Edge, 5x telephoto on the Ultra, and let's go to about a 5x equivalent here on the Edge, and then 10x on the Ultra, and I believe this is a max 10x on the Edge. And then the Ultra, of course, can go all the way up to a 20x zoom here. So that's what that looks like side by side, max zoom on each. And we'll go ahead and move back out 1x on the Ultra and back on the Edge, and we'll do a focus test on the post. So focus up on each and away. Tough to get them perfectly at the same time, so we'll go Edge right there and then Ultra right there. And so let's go ahead and walk down the stairs so you can get a side-by-side view of what some movement and stabilization looks like here side by side as we go through this path. And I'll jog to try to stress that stabilization out. So there's just a quick 4K video test from the rear cameras on the S25 Edge and S25 Ultra. Let me know what you think. Hey everyone, so we're back with the rear cameras, this time testing portrait video on both the S25 Edge and S25 Ultra. This is being shot at 4K 30 frames per second, and so you should see this artificial background blur right now, which is fully adjustable. This is on the 5 setting out of 7, so if you want more or less blurry, you can do that. And the sun is shining directly on me, so you can see what this looks like with some direct sunlight here. And if I pan around this way, you can see what it looks like with the sun more behind me and shining more directly into those cameras, and how that affects the picture quality and the effect. And we'll just move this way so you can see what it looks like with a bit of a different lighting situation, with it coming more off my left side there. But if we move this way, and I'll just start walking so we can test the stabilization, you can see what this looks like side by side and how the blur effect holds up. So let me know what you think about portrait video from the rear cameras on the S25 Ultra and S25 Edge. Hey everyone, so here's some video tests of the front-facing cameras on the Galaxy S25 Edge and S25 Ultra. This is being shot at 4K 30 frames per second, and I've got the sun shining directly on me, so you can see what that looks like with some direct outdoor sunlight. And if I pan around this way, you see what it looks like with the sun more directly shining into those cameras, and how that might affect the picture quality. And this way with it coming more off my left. But if we pan around this way, I'll just start walking so we can test the stabilization, and you can see what that looks like here side by side. So let me know what you think about this front-facing camera quality on the S25 Edge and S25 Ultra. Hey everyone, so we're back with the front-facing cameras. This time it's with portrait video, so you should see this artificial background blur, and it's fully adjustable anywhere between 0 and 7. This is on the 5 setting right now, so if you want more or less blur, you can adjust that. And again, I have the sun directly shining on me, so you can see what that looks like here with direct sunlight outdoors. If I pan this way, you can see what that does to the video quality and the overall blur effect of this portrait video with the sun shining directly into the cameras. And again, we'll move this way, so it's a bit of a different lighting situation with it coming more off my left here. And again, I'll just pan around this way and we'll just walk so you can see the stabilization, what it looks like here side by side, and how this blur effect holds up with some motion. So let me know what you think about the portrait video quality here from the front-facing cameras on the S25 Edge and S25 Ultra. Everyone, so here's a video test of the rear cameras on the S25 Edge and S25 Ultra. Obviously in some low light here at night, and this is being shot at 4K 30 frames per second with the ultra wide angle lens to start out on each. So here's just a quick side by side of the ultra wide. You can see there the really bright street light with the moon to its left. We can move into the main lens on the Edge and now on the Ultra. So you can see here both 200 megapixel sensors. You see the picture brighten up now with these larger sensors, letting in more light. And we'll pan to the right so you can see how the main sensor does with that really bright light, and of course the moon out to the left again. And I'll just pan around to give you a side-by-side view of these main cameras. And then we can go ahead and pan this way, and we'll start walking just to test the stabilization so you can see what that looks like at night, side by side. Of course, there will be some micro jitters as always, and you can see how it handles that brighter light back into this little bit darker area here on this stretch of the pathway, and the brighter light you can see right around the corner. So how it's really handling some of those light transitions from light to darker to really bright back here. You can see down this more darker alleyway here, although there is of course the lights coming in from both sides. And we'll just pan around this way and up into the night sky. So you can see what that looks like. There's going to be some light pollution obviously with the lights around me. Some stars out. But let me know what you think here about this 4K video quality here in some low light on the S25 Edge and the S25 Ultra. So we're back with the same scene here in the rear cameras, this time with log video format in 8K. So it's nice that the Galaxy S25 Edge supports log video here in 8K, just like the Galaxy S25 Ultra does. So I'm just shooting the same scene so you can see how that compares to the auto mode you just saw in 4K. A little bit into the sky here. And I'll walk back this way so you can kind of see what this looks like, I guess, in a little bit of a reverse, and how the log video format here compares. And of course there's a color corrected, so you can see what that looks like and how it compares to the auto mode that you just saw. You can see the bright street lights there along with the moon in the distance. So let me know what you think about log video format here with some color correction and how that compared to the 4K auto mode video footage that you just saw. So here's a quick test of the front-facing cameras in a bit of low light here at night. This is being shot at 4K 30 frames per second. And if I move over here, you can see what that really bright street light looks like into these front-facing cameras, and they're both really flaring that out, and pretty much any camera will, but some pretty good light streaks there on that one. But I'll just start walking this way so you can see what this looks like with some movement and how the stabilization compares side by side. And we'll also move over to a bit of a darker area here, as you can see right there. A little bit less light here and what that looks like. And then if we pan around this way, all the way around, you can see how these front cameras do with a bunch of those really bright lights, and they're both really streaking these lights out. And I know the camera lens is clean, and like I said in my test, pretty much every camera flares them out, but there's some really big streaks there on both these front-facing cameras. And we'll just sit over here in this little bit of a darker area so you can see side by side for a bit in this little bit of a different lighting situation. It's pretty much a warm light, so the color looks fairly accurate on both of these. It's going to be a little bit warmer in color temperature there. But I just want to show you a quick video sample here at night in a bit of low light in case you want to go and shoot with the front-facing cameras a little bit out and about. There's probably going to be some bright street lights or some kind of bright light around. You can see what these front-facing cameras can do and what the quality you might expect. So let me know what you think about this front-facing video quality here on the Galaxy S25 Edge and S25 Ultra here in some low light at night.